nerds, Sage is here. So I got my quick riposte seal, and I got really excited when I looked at this and saw this, and I found it hilarious, okay? Just bear with me. I'm going to do a bit of explaining. So here is Hector. I know a lot of you love Hector. You love him a lot. And a lot of you were worried because I guess having a seal that gives quick riposte gets rid of anything that Hector's really good at. But here's a fun little bit of trick, or at least trickery, you can pull on Hector. You may be looking at my build and going, what the hell is this? So Armaz, of course, already has built-in quick riposte, meaning he, as long as he's over 80% health, he will double. No surprise there. But then I also gave him Wary Fighter. You're seeing that right there, where if he is above a certain health threshold, he cannot follow up, and nor can the enemy. So that means no doubles. Just to give you an example, I'm going to show you this, because this is something you probably shouldn't do for Hector. Getting rid of his ability to double is kind of something that he really, really wants and needs and values in life. But just to give you an example, there you go. He can't double with Wary Fighter attached. But here's where the fun times really begin. So we're just going to skip this turn, and we're going to pull out, because I wanted to make sure the animations were on as well. But you ready to see something very interesting? It seems to play with priorities in a sense, at least when it comes to attacking priorities and special abilities. Here's my quick riposte thing. Don't worry about why it was on Reinhard. Just go along with it, okay? So, are you guys ready for the fun times? I hope you are. Because, well, let's try and see if we can't get a good... I don't want one with a crazy amount of, red units, because that's just not too much fun right now. But, yeah, I've also been using a lot of stamina pots these days. But here's something that's pretty fun. As long as none of these have Axe Breaker, which, by the way, I did a recording of this earlier just to make sure, and I ran into a unit that was a Priscilla that had Axe Breaker on. Really? Anyways, so here's the fun bit. You send in a unit, and you'll notice that right now, yeah, Hector's doubling. Basically, when you add in 2 quick riposte seals, or at least 2 versions of it seems, I don't know if this will work if you gave him, I mean, he's the only unit who really can do this. Apparently, if you do something like this, he can negate Wary Fighter. The other unit, of course, still has to abide by the rules of Wary Fighter, meaning that they can't follow-up attack on him, of course. But apparently, yeah, he doesn't have to abide by the rules because he's goddamn Hector. That's essentially what we have right here, is that, well, as long as he's above that health threshold, he can counter. He can double up. Granted, that does require a bit more health to actually be able to use, and hopefully we're there now, but you get the basic idea, right? I mean, there's quick riposte, 80%. As long as he has 80%, he should be able to do it. That's the idea. So, just make sure his health is up there, and now even more so, as long as you can trigger it. Yeah, as you can see, double. Again, just keep him above 80%. And he can double even with Wary Fighter on, meaning that he can never be doubled as long as his health is above 50%. But he can still double others. Well, that's an enlightening experience that I've ever and just don't want to see ever again. So thank you guys for taking a look at this video where I show you that Hector probably can, he's the only unit that can actually negate Wary Fighter for himself. But his teammates, or not his teammates, his enemies still have to abide by those rules. Because he's goddamn Hector. What the hell?